Okay, so let's get started. My name. Generally, students call me SQ ma'am. Okay, SQ ma'am. I'm students know me as SQ ma'am. Okay. Okay, so let's get started with question number first, and that is for chemical reaction and equation. Okay, and you are having your NTAC exam on this Sunday, maybe. Okay, if the dates are not exceeding because of corona, if it is not postponed, then you will surely have your exams on this Sunday. Okay, so I'm hoping that it will not get postponed because of corona, because we know that boards exams are definitely they will postpone, and definitely you will have your exams in May, approximately April, May, before board exams. Okay, so maybe this is our last class for NTSC, and I'm just showing you that which type of questions will come your NTSC exam. And work hard, because don't think that if I'm having 2 or 3 days that I cannot do good. Okay, one more mark can make you get selected and can make you get non-selected. So work hard as much as you can. Okay, and revise all the topics you have learned very good manner. Okay, let's get started. So which of the following is not a physical change? Okay, which of the following is not a physical change? Okay, Salia, give me answer. Salia, you are very correct. What is not a physical change? Physical change means when you convert something to another. Okay. No, Aman, you are not correct. The answer is D actually. Okay, the correct answer is D. That is what is physical change. Okay, if I tell you that something is physical change, then what is the meaning of physical change? Physical change. Okay. Physical change is something that there is no change in chemical composition. It means that the thing will remain same. Okay, so the question is, what is physical change? Physical change means when you crush a paper, or when you break ice, or when you boil a water, that is physical change. That means there is no change in chemical composition. No change in chemical composition. Okay, that is known as physical change. Okay, and but if someone is having change in physical composition, that is, what is chemical change? Chemical change is formation of curd from milk. Okay, so for first question, this is very simple question. Okay, not a physical change. Okay, so first one is boiling of water to give water vapor. Yes, that is physical change. Okay, because before boiling and after boiling it will be water. Okay, now question number two, melting of ice to give water, it is also physical change, because either you are melting ice, okay, or you are not melting, it will be water. For third, dissolution of salt in water. Okay, so if you dissolve salt in water, then it will be salt and water. Okay, you can take back both of them again, you can take back both of them again, because it will be salt and it will be water. But if I if I burn, okay, LPG gas or petroleum gas, if I will get burn them, then I cannot back the gas again. So the question is that if you are getting same thing again. Okay, physical change is no change in chemical composition, and what you are giving you can get back. Okay, what is in reaction? Okay, anything which is in reaction, after reaction you can get back it. Okay, if I dissolve salt in water, okay, I can get salt back and I can get water back by evaporation. Okay, that is physical change. But the chemical change is that if I have converted milk to curd, then definitely I can't get back milk from curd. It is not possible. Can you make milk again from curd? Okay, that is two type of change. So the correct answer is D. Okay, because in physical change I cannot get back the original thing. Now question number 2, and it is not important that you will do this in hurry, but the answer should be correct. First, I'm reading this. Following reaction is example of, which type of example is this? Displacement reaction, combination reaction, redox reaction, neutralization reaction. Okay, now for the answers you are having combo. Okay, Faizan gave me first answer and he is very correct. Yeah, Salia gave me very first answer and he is also very correct. She is very correct. Okay, Salia, she is a girl. Yeah, Aman also. Okay, that is C. Okay, so all of you are correct, and that is C. So the following is displacement reaction. Okay, what is displacement reaction? And third one is redox reaction. What happens in redox reaction? What happens in redox reaction? There is oxidation and reduction. Things occur simultaneously. Okay, so there is oxidation and reduction, and oxidation of mm, ammonia. Okay, no, oxidation of which thing is taking place? Yeah, oxidation here, and that is reduction. The reduction of 5O2 from 4NO, and the oxidation is of ammonia to H2O. Now question number 3. Question number 3. Okay, only this type of question will be asked. Which of the following statement about the given reaction is correct? Oxidation means when something is getting oxidation, getting oxygen, that is oxidation. Iron metal is getting oxidized, water is getting reduced, water is acting as reducing agent, water is acting as oxidizing agent. Yeah, Saliha is very correct. Saliha, the question number 3. No, this is question number 3. Yeah. Yeah. All of you are correct. Okay. Again, I'm skipping question number 4. Okay. And answer question number 5. Okay. This type of question will be coming in your exam. 3 beakers labeled as A, B, C, each containing 25 ml of water taken. Okay, you can draw it also if you want. A small amount of sodium hydroxide, anhydrous copper sulfate, and NaCl were added to these beakers, A, B, and C respectively. Okay, so in first beaker we have added sodium hydroxide. In second we have added copper sulfate. Anhydrous means copper sulfate is only alone copper sulfate. It is not present with water of crystallization. And in last you are added with sodium chloride. Okay, and you know how much questions you can attempt. It is totally depending upon that how much you have understood from your classroom. Maybe these days we are taking online classes, so maybe it is a bit difficult for us to understand from online way. Okay, so these MCQs are totally dependent upon how you have learned these chapters from your teacher. So definitely it is a bit difficult during online way, but this is this and we have to do this. Okay, so it was observed that, yeah, oh, the answer is very fast. Saleha, yeah, you are correct.
मैं शांति रखो.
Yeah, Aman is also correct.
अरे मैं तो पढ़ ही नहीं रहा था यार, वो खाली बकवास कर रही है.
Fizan, quick, beta, quick.
ये बार बार एक तो आपका फोन जानवर है, अटक जाता है बार बार। स्लाइड मोड
After
में
that,
किसने
I
डाला
will
है?
explain you this.
पोर्ट्रेट सिर्फ 4 जनों के लिए क्लास कर रही है कैसे? और मैं नहीं आऊँ तो 2 जने मतलब।
Okay, I will tell you. I will tell you. I will give you detail. Okay, it is saying me that we are having 3 beakers. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, it is filled with water. Okay, now it is the beaker is A, B, and C, and it is filled with 3 different substances other than water. Okay, water is already present. Okay, now in first there is addition of NaOH, that is known as sodium hydroxide. Okay, in second there is addition of copper sulfate. Okay, copper sulfate, anhydrous means that is only copper sulfate. Sometimes copper sulfate is present with water. If you remember, that is water of crystallization from your chapter number 2, that it has a water of crystallization, that it also contains 5 molecules of water. Okay, so that is it is generally present with this, but now we are adding only copper sulfate. And in last one there is addition of sodium chloride, that is our salt. Okay, whatever you what white salt we eat this. Okay, so generally sodium hydroxide increases the temperature. Okay, that is exothermic. Okay, that will increase the temperature of solution. Copper sulfate again increase the temperature of solution, that is again it is exothermic. Okay, and in last case NaCl, okay, that is endothermic. Okay, that means when you touch the test tube you will find increased temperature. When you touch test tube you will find increased temperature. But in this case, if you touch if you will touch the test tube, you will find the temperature is decreasing. So remember one thing, that NaCl is a decreasing it is temperature decreasing thing, that is our salt. Okay, khane ka namak. Okay, when I was a kid, okay, I went to ice cream vendor, and the one who sells ice cream on no small on cycles and or okay over roadside. Okay, so whenever he gave me an ice cream, first of all it was tasted like it is a bit salty. Okay, so the reason of salt over this ice cream, okay, it is just a pinch of salt we have tasted in the first bite. So it was salt because the ice cream was put on that solution which contains salt. Okay, it was salt, it was ice cream, so they used to put ice creams in solution which is made up of NaCl. Okay, that is salt. So this is endothermic process, and whenever salt is present in water, it decreases the amount of this decreases the temperature. Okay, yeah, to keep it cool. Okay, so don't think that I'm dissolving salt in water and it is not decreasing the temperature. It is a bit different technique, but it decreases the temperature, that's it. Okay, so it cools. Okay, NaCl is giving cooling effect with water. Okay, decreases the temperature. So the question is what happens? So the answer is C. Yeah, that is C. Okay, what happened? In beaker A and B, there is exothermic process, that the temperature is increasing, and in last in beaker C, there is the temperature is decreasing. Okay, now the next question, that is question number 6. Okay, a dilute ferrous sulfate. Ferrous sulfate is FeSO4. Okay, was gradually added to beaker containing acidified permanganate. What is permanganate? That is KMnO4 solution. The light purple color of solution fades and finally disappear. Which of the following is the correct explanation of observation? Question number 6. That is a beaker and it is having ferrous sulfate previously. okay, and it is having a particular color, and when I have added KMnO4, okay, the color of that test tube will change. Okay, Aman, give me answer. Another people? Aman beta, again think. You have answered me the option. I'm not answering the option here. Okay, you answered me. Okay, if the reaction is taking place, then the color is changing. Okay, Salia is asking me. Okay, so Faizan is correct. Now I'm giving you the answer. Okay, that is FeSO4 solution. Okay, there is a presence of FeSO4. Okay, that is the presence of FeSO4 and the color is blue, bacha. The color is blue. Okay, beta, the color is blue. Okay, when I have added KMnO4, okay, so what happened? FeSO4 plus KMnO4. Okay, Aman, this is especially for you. Okay, so the color is fat. Okay, now there is not blue color. First of all, there is no blue color. The blue color is faded. First of all, there is no blue color for sure. Okay, now one thing that Aman answered me. You answered me that there is no reaction. No, bacha, there will be reaction. That's why there is the fading of color. Okay, so definitely the C is not correct answer because there is a reaction. Definitely. Okay, now uh, now the option D, KMnO4 is an unstable compound and decomposes in presence of FeSO4 to a colorless compound. No, this is also not correct. The answer A is very correct. Okay, so what happened that the KMnO4, okay, what happened? The KMnO4 is oxidizing agent. Okay, oxidizing agent means it is it will give more oxygen. Okay, and it will break down FeSO4. Okay, it will break down FeSO4 to FeO. Okay, and there will be change in color. So from blue, FeSO4 is blue color and now it is breaking down into FeO. Okay, so FeO plus SO4. So the color is changed, and due to change in color, the blue color will disappear. Okay, maybe you haven't learned this from your school, maybe, and this is from some part is from your practical, okay, which you are not done. Okay, now question number 7, and it is super simple. Give me answer. Yeah, FeO is not reducing. FeO is also oxidizing because it is getting oxygen. Okay, question number 7, very simple. Yeah, Aman is very correct, and Aman give me answer very firstly. Okay, second. Okay, Faizan is correct, and Faizan give me answer very firstly. Secondly, okay, and Salia is also correct, but she gave me answer in last. Okay. Question number 8. Question number 8. Which among the following statements are true? Okay, exposure to silver chloride to sunlight for a long duration turns gray due to. Okay, this is from your last part. That is, can I show you picture? Okay, let me show you the picture. Okay, question number 8. I will show you picture. Then you will do this. Okay, I'm showing you the picture of relevant topic. Yeah, this is the picture. Okay, remember this. Remember this picture from your book. Okay, remember this picture from your book. Okay, from 8. Yeah, Aman is correct and he gave me answer very firstly. Okay, formation of silver by decomposition of silver chloride, sublimation of silver chloride, decomposition of fluorine gas. Okay, and oxidation of silver chloride. Okay, Aman gave me answer very firstly and he is correct. Let me show you. Have seen the picture. Yeah, Faizan is correct. Salia, you are not correct. The answer is A. Okay, the answer is A. Don't you remember this? Don't you remember this diagram? Don't you remember this? What happened? That when we put this, okay, and we allow sunlight, this is. You don't remember this. You forgot. Salia forgot this. Okay, it will break down to this. Okay, don't you remember this? This happened and this chlorine gas will go away. Okay, and that's why we have to put this type of thing in a dark bottle so that it will not get react with sunlight. Okay, so this is the answer. Okay, if you are not doing a tukka, then you are very correct and you are very good at chapter first. Okay, now because we don't have much time, that's why I'm skipping one question. So first of all, question number 10, and after that question number 11. Barium chloride on reacting with ammonium sulfate. Okay, if you are having copy and pen, then write this. Okay, which type of reaction is this? Quick, this is very simple type of question. Super simple. Barium chloride. Okay, Salia gave me answer firstly and she is correct. Aman gave me answer secondly and he is also correct. Faizan, one thing I want to tell you that can it be displacement and double displacement same time, bacha? Can it be displacement and double displacement same time? Okay, think about this. So the correct answer is C. Okay. What happened? Yeah. Yeah, it is precipitation. Yeah. Yeah, Faizan, you are correct. Sorry. Yeah, Faizan is correct. Again, both of you, Faizan is correct. Okay, question number 10. Answer is D actually. That is precipitation. Salia, do you remember I have told you one thing? Okay, Aman, let's look at this question. Barium chloride and ammonium sulfate. Okay, Salia, you don't remember. I know you are getting dumb day by day. Okay, here I have added barium sulfate. Okay, and another thing is ammonium sulfate and barium chloride. Ammonium sulfate and barium chloride. Yeah. Okay. Ammonium sulfate. Okay, and barium chloride. Okay, so that is ammonium sulfate. Okay, and second is barium chloride. Okay, when you will add both of them, okay, there is a formation of ammonium chloride and barium sulfate. Okay, and out of this, okay, out of this, ammonium chloride work as precipitate. Precipitate means it will not dissolve in water. Okay, so that is precipitate reaction. Okay, this is, I have told you, yeah, I was on mistake. So I told you this, that in this case, okay, that is double displacement for sure. Okay, but there is also precipitation. And remember one thing very carefully, that 99% of cases, if the reaction is double displacement reaction, okay, then remember one thing, that it will be precipitate reaction also. Okay, what is the meaning of precipitation? The meaning of precipitation, that one thing which will be dissolved in water and one thing which will be not dissolving in water. So in this case, there is been, this thing will be not dissolving in water and barium sulfate will be dissolving in water. And remember one thing, that in 99% of cases, double displacement reaction will be precipitate reaction. So this thing will be precipitate, that will, it will not dissolve in water, and this thing will be dissolving in water. Yeah. Ammonium always act as precipitate. Yes. Question number 11. Okay, fast, do fast. It is very simple. Question number 11. Electrolysis of water. Okay. Hydrogen, the ratio of hydrogen and oxygen. Let me show you the picture. Can I show you the picture? I will show you the picture. Okay, then you will remember this. Yeah, this is the picture. Okay, you if you remember, there are two gases are present on this. Okay, two gases accumulate in this. Okay, this is direct picture from your book. Okay, figure number 1.64, chapter number 1. Okay, so one gas is hydrogen and one gas is oxygen. So you have to tell me that one in question number 11. Okay, the ratio of hydrogen and oxygen. Faizan is correct. The ratio of hydrogen and oxygen. If you remember that picture, that is directly from your book. Aman, are you able to give the answer? Because this is direct experiment from your book. Okay, the question is nothing new, nothing extra. This is directly from your NCRT. Saleh, that is B. Okay, the answer is B. Okay, let me show you what happens exactly. If you have seen this type of diagram in your book, okay, in which we will do electrolysis means breakdown of water. Okay, and if we will breakdown of water, do you remember the formula of water? That is H2O. Okay, so hydrogen will, okay, and we will attach with this with a battery. Yeah, yes, Faizan and Aman is correct. Okay, that is B due to H2O. That means you can also see in your diagram, bacha, you can see that is the amount, double amount, that will be oxygen and that will be I just wrote that will be hydrogen and that will be oxygen for sure. Okay, because hydrogen accumulates in double amount. Okay, here the hydrogen will accumulate and here the oxygen will accumulate. Okay, because we are arranging in such a manner. Okay, because oxygen gas is having negative charge, so it will accumulate at positive terminal. Okay, that is attaching with positive, and hydrogen is having negative charge, positive charge gas, that's why it is accumulating at negative side. Okay, Salia, can you explain me? Yeah, Salia, you give opposite answer. Remember one thing, bache, remember one thing very carefully. Remember one thing very carefully. What happening by on its own? Okay, next question number 13. Question number 13. In the double displacement reaction between aqueous potassium iodide, okay, aqueous potassium iodide, I have told you, and maybe I give you answer and I write the equation in front of you. Okay, double displacement reaction. Okay, Faizan, give me answer. Okay, I got something for you. Okay, look at here. This is the double displacement reaction in which potassium iodide, okay, potassium iodide, that is potassium, okay, and that is iodide, okay, is reacting with, that is case potassium and iodine for iodide is reacting with lead nitrate, okay, that is lead and that is nitrate. Okay, so in this case you can see one thing is potassium iodide and he is adding, okay, he is adding lead nitrate. Okay, so what happened, there will be a displacement reaction that will form double displacement reaction. Okay, it will form potassium nitrate and lead iodide. Okay, and you can see the precipitation of lead iodide, yellow color precipitation. Okay, so it will form yellow color PPT. Okay, so I told you before that if that is a double displacement reaction, then there will be very sure there will be precipitate. So the precipitate will be of, okay, these reactions are directly from your NCRT. Remember, I'm not asking you anything from outside your NCRT. This is just a suggestion that do take care of your studies, because this is nothing new. This is directly from NCRT. Maybe you have eaten the lines between two paragraphs, that's why you are not able to answer this, okay, because you have eaten things. Okay, so there will be a yellow precipitate. You can see the yellow precipitate that will be not dissolved in water, and this will be dissolved in water. Okay, and that will not dissolve in water. Okay, that is for yellow precipitate, which will be of potassium iodide. Okay, now let's get back to our question. Now you can answer me. Question number 13. Okay, so it is that is a double displacement reaction. Okay, and yeah, now all of you can answer me. Okay, so if nitrate is not available, okay, what can I use? Yeah, Aman, anything you can write this. Okay, bacha, you can write, you have to write anything. Okay, if lead nitrate is not available, then what can I use? If lead nitrate is not available, then what can I use? Okay, if lead nitrate is not available, then what can I use? Okay, it is asking me. I want to do this reaction, but if it is not available, then what should I use? Okay, I have to use something very similar. Okay, now you can answer. Yeah, very good. All of you have given me correct answer. That is lead acetate. Okay, because I need lead. Okay, I need lead. Okay, why I need lead? Why I need lead? Okay, I need lead because, but remember one thing, that the precipitate which is forming because of lead, you can see. Okay, so if lead and nitrate is not available, then I can use lead acetate. Okay, and in the formation of precipitate there is a use of lead. Okay, that is not use of nitrate. Okay, because you know lead iodide is forming precipitate, so I can use lead acetate. Okay, so all of you have given me correct answer, but first answer which was given to me was by Faizan. Okay, now question number 14. Correct, very quickly, very easy. Okay, that is from that part, rancidity. Okay, Salia gave me answer. Okay, if you remember that rancidity part. Okay, remember one thing we cannot use, that is oxygen, because oxygen is very reactive. Okay, Aman, oxygen is very reactive, but you cannot use oxygen. If you have learned last part of this chapter, that is rancidity and corrosion. Okay, only one thing you can exclude, that is oxygen. You cannot use oxygen. Yeah, D is correct. Okay, so D is correct answer. Remember, you can take anything, but don't take oxygen. Even in carbon dioxide. Okay, now question is why I can't use carbon dioxide? Because carbon dioxide is having oxygen, that is CO2. So you can take any gas, okay, to fill your food bags, okay, but you cannot take oxygen. Other than this, you can take anything. So that's why I didn't pick carbon dioxide, because carbon dioxide is having oxygen. Okay, now my time is over actually. That's why I have to finish my class. Yeah, I have 1 minute more. Okay, sorry, I have 1 more minute. Yeah, question number 16, and after that I will finish my class. Okay, and I have sent you the paper on our WhatsApp group, so you can check out. I have sent you all the questions and their answers in our WhatsApp group. Okay, NTSC WhatsApp group. Okay, question number 16. Quick. I'm not having enough time. My window can close anytime, at any moment. Question number 16. Which one of the following process involve chemical reaction? Now, chemical reaction is just opposed to physical reaction. Okay, it means that it will change to something which is not reversible. Okay, like milk from curd from milk. Curd cannot be converted into milk. Okay. Yeah, Aman is correct and Salia is wrong. Aman is correct this time. Salia, you are wrong. Don't know what's happening here. Yeah, Saleh is wrong and Faizan and Aman is correct. Aman gave me answer very firstly. The answer is D, that is heating copper wire in presence of air at high temperature. Okay. Saleh, check out yourself. Okay, now you're having your exam on Sunday, and please don't go in negative manner. All of you can do this. Work hard and try to do exam in very silent and with calm mind. Okay, now my software is just taking my head. Okay, and I'm finishing my class. If you have any type of doubt regarding to NTSC, regarding to your CBSE exams, if you want to ask me anything, you can ask me. I'm at your WhatsApp group. Okay, and best of luck for your exams. May God grant you a very, very, very big success. Okay, bye-bye and take care of yourselves. And check out all the questions at our WhatsApp group. I have sent you every questions. I have sent you more than 100 questions of this chapter.